Hello friends, welcome to Single Player. September 2023 is shaping up to be a great month for PS5 gamers, as some of the most anticipated titles of the year are set to release on Sony's console. Whether you're looking for action, adventure, horror, or sports, there's something for everyone in the upcoming PS5 games for September 2023. So, without further ado, let's begin our quest. In this video, you'll find a list of the 15 upcoming PS5 games in September 2023. Ad Infinitum is an upcoming PS5 game that is set to release in September 2023. It is a survival horror game that blends the historical setting of World War I with the supernatural elements of nightmares and creatures. The game follows a young German soldier who is trapped between two realities, his family mansion and the trenches of the war. He must find a way to escape the cycle of terror and madness that haunts him, while facing the horrors of both worlds. The game is developed by Hecate, a German studio that specializes in horror games, and published by Nacon, a French video game company. The game features realistic graphics, immersive sound design, and dynamic gameplay that adapts to the player's choices and actions. The game also promises to explore the psychological and emotional impact of war on the human mind, as well as the themes of truth, lies, and memory. Heavy Duty Challenge: The Off-Road Truck Simulator is a realistic driving game that lets you take control of powerful trucks and test your skills in various terrains. You can choose from different truck models, each with their own specifications and performance. You can also customize your trucks with official brands and accessories to suit your preferences. The game offers different modes of gameplay, such as open-world exploration, truck trial championships, and multiplayer challenges. You can drive across diverse environments, such as forests, mountains, deserts, and snowfields, and face different weather conditions and obstacles. You can also compete with other players online or offline in various events and tournaments. The game features stunning graphics, realistic physics, and immersive sound effects that will make you feel like you are behind the wheel of a real truck. Inspector Gadget: Mad Time is an upcoming PS5 game that is based on the classic animated series Inspector Gadget. The game is a 3D action-adventure platformer that lets you play as Inspector Gadget, his niece Penny, and their dog Brain. You can switch between the three characters at any time and use their unique abilities to solve puzzles, fight enemies, and stop the evil Dr. Claw and his MAD agents from taking over the world. The game features a variety of levels set in different locations around the globe, such as Paris, New York, Tokyo, and Cairo. Each level has its own challenges and secrets to discover, as well as collectibles and gadgets to unlock. You can also customize your characters with different outfits and accessories, and use the PS5's DualSense controller to feel the haptic feedback of gadgets. Summa Materna is an upcoming PS5 game that promises to deliver a stunning and immersive experience of exploring the mysteries of the universe. The game is developed by Cosmos Studios, a renowned developer of sci-fi and space-themed games. In Summa Materna, the player takes the role of a cosmonaut who embarks on a journey to discover the secrets of the cosmic origin, the multiverse, and the ultimate reality. The game features a vast and diverse open world that spans across different dimensions, planets, and galaxies. The player can interact with various alien races, ancient civilizations, and cosmic entities, as well as face dangers and challenges that test their skills and intelligence. The game also boasts a rich and captivating story that explores themes such as philosophy, spirituality, science, and morality. NASCAR Arcade Rush is a new arcade-style racing game that will launch on September 15, 2023 for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. The game features iconic NASCAR tracks with wild twists, such as gravity-defying jumps, nitro boosts, and other surprises. You can customize your car and driver with thousands of combinations and compete in various modes, including the Career NASCAR Cup Series, Quick Race, Time Attack, local multiplayer, and online multiplayer. If you are a fan of NASCAR racing and classic arcade games, you might want to check out NASCAR Arcade Rush. The game promises to deliver a new level of playability and excitement within the NASCAR video game franchise. You can experience the thrill of racing on reimagined versions of real-world tracks like Talladega Superspeedway, Daytona International Speedway, Darlington Raceway, and more. You can also choose from a full array of vehicles spanning 75 years of stock car racing history and horsepower. Gloomhaven is an upcoming PS5 game that is based on the popular board game of the same name. It is a tactical RPG that lets you control a band of mercenaries in a dark fantasy world, where you can explore dungeons, fight enemies, and make choices that affect the story. Gloomhaven will be released on September 18, 2023 for PS4 and PS5. The game features 21 unique mercenaries, each with their own playstyle and abilities. You can customize your deck of cards to create different strategies and synergies. You can also play solo or online co-op with up to 4 players. Gloomhaven has 2 separate campaigns, the original 95 scenarios from the board game, and the digital exclusive Guildmaster campaign with over 160 missions. The game also has 2 DLC packs, Jaws of the Lion, which adds 4 new mercenaries and 25 new missions, and Solo Scenarios Mercenary Challenges, which offers 17 solo scenarios for each mercenary with special rewards. Lies of P is an upcoming PS5 game that is inspired by the classic story of Pinocchio. It is a dark fantasy action game that features a Souls-like combat system and a branching storyline based on the choices you make. You play as Pinocchio, a puppet who wakes up in a plague-ridden city called Krat, where he must find his creator, Mr. Geppetto, and uncover the truth behind his existence. Along the way, you will encounter various enemies, allies, and secrets, as well as the ability to lie to manipulate the world around you. The game is developed by Round 8 Studio and published by NeoWiz, and it is expected to release on September 18, 2023. You can pre-order the game on the PlayStation Store and get some bonus content, such as cosmetic items and early access. You can also try out the free demo of the game on PS4 and PS5 to get a taste of the gameplay and the atmosphere. Lies of P promises to be a thrilling and immersive experience that will challenge your skills and your morality. Mortal Kombat 1 is the latest installment of the legendary fighting game series that has been thrilling fans since 1992. The game is set to release on September 18, 2023 for PlayStation 5. Mortal Kombat 1 features a new fighting system, game modes, and fatalities that will challenge both newcomers and veterans alike. The game's story mode follows a reborn Mortal Kombat universe created by the fire god Liu Kang, who has defeated Kronika, the Keeper of Time. Liu Kang must now face a new threat from Shang Tsung, the sorcerer who seeks to steal his power and rewrite history. Players can choose from a roster of iconic characters, such as Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden, Kung Lao, Katana, Mileena, Johnny Cage, and many others. The game also introduces new characters, such as Jean-Claude Van Damme, who is available as a pre-order bonus. Mortal Kombat 1 promises to deliver the most brutal and immersive fighting experience ever. Rayland 2 is an upcoming puzzle game for PlayStation 5, developed by Nauka Games and published by East Asia Soft. The game is set to release on September 20, 2023. The game is a sequel to the original Rayland, which was released in 2019 for PC and mobile platforms. The game's premise is that the player has to help the inhabitants of Rayland, an island that relies on laser beams for energy, by using special blocks called repeating cubes to reflect and redirect the lasers to their matching receptacles. The game features 50 stages of increasing difficulty and complexity, with different block types and stage gimmicks that challenge the player's spatial reasoning and logic skills. The game also has a rotatable isometric field that allows the player to view the stages from different angles and perspectives. Rayland 2 promises to be a fun and engaging puzzle game for fans of the genre and newcomers alike. Days of Doom is an upcoming PS5 game that promises to deliver a thrilling and challenging experience in a post-apocalyptic world. The game is developed by Atari Inc. and will be released on September 21, 2023. The game is a tactical RPG roguelite that features turn-based combat, colorful hand-drawn art, and a variety of characters, enemies, and items. The player's goal is to reach Sanctuary, a place of hope and safety, while facing zombies, raiders, and other dangers along the way. The game also has a roguelite progression system that makes each run unique and rewarding. Days of Doom is a game for fans of strategy, survival, and humor in a world of chaos. Paperman Adventure Delivered is a 3D platformer game that will be released for PS5 and other platforms in September 2023. The game is inspired by the classic 3D platform, Collectathon games and features 4 playable characters, each with their own skill set. The game's story revolves around Paperman and his team of mail carriers, who have to find the lost mail and defeat the greedy dragon who stole it. The game offers up to 4 players local co-op in split-screen mode and 3 open worlds to explore. The game is developed by Secret Item Games and published by Mindscape. The game promises to deliver a colorful and charming adventure with puzzles, secrets, and challenges. The game has a physical edition for PS5 on launch day, as well as a digital edition for all platforms. Paperman Adventure Delivered is a game that will appeal to fans of 3D platformers and family-friendly games. Payday 3 is an upcoming co-op heist first-person shooter game developed by Starbreeze Studios and published by Deep Silver. It is the sequel to the popular Payday 2, which was released in 2013. Payday 3 will feature the return of the original Payday gang, who have come out of retirement to face a new threat in New York City. The game will offer a variety of heists, weapons, masks, and customization options for players to enjoy. The game is set to release on September 21, 2023 for PlayStation 5. The game will have a season pass that will provide additional content for 6 or 12 months, depending on the edition purchased. The game will also have a collector's edition that will include a physical mask, a deck of cards, stickers, and more. Payday 3 promises to be a thrilling and immersive experience for fans of co-op shooters and heist games. Rin: The Last Child is an upcoming PS5 game that will be released on September 21, 2023. It is a dark fairy tale Metroidvania, in which you play as Rin, the last child of the creator, on a journey to restore order in a mystical world. You will collect aspects and runes, craft spells, and confront powerful bosses, your transformed siblings. The fate of the world rests in your hands. The game is inspired by the ancient myth of Cronus and his conflict with his children, as well as the theme of the passing of gods who must be replaced by new gods. The game also explores the moral dilemma of being obedient to authority or choosing freedom and responsibility. The game offers 3 possible endings based on your choices. The game features 18 elemental spells from 3 categories: attack, defense, and utility. You can customize your spells with different runes and upgrades, creating up to 7,776 spell variants. Avatar: Quest for Balance is an upcoming PS5 game that is based on the popular animated series Avatar: The Last Airbender and its sequel The Legend of Korra. The game is set in a world where some people can manipulate one of the 4 elements: air, water, earth, or fire. These people are called benders, and the most powerful among them is the Avatar, who can bend all 4 elements. The game follows the adventures of a new Avatar, who must master the 4 elements and restore balance to the world. The game features an open-world environment, where the player can explore different regions, interact with various characters, and engage in combat with enemies. The game also allows the player to customize their own bending style, choosing from different sub-skills such as metal bending, blood bending, lightning bending, or lava bending. Slaps and Beans 2 is the sequel to the 2017 brawler game Slaps and Beans, featuring the iconic duo of Bud Spencer and Terence Hill. The game is a tribute to their movies, with a humorous and action-packed story mode, a co-op mode, and various minigames. The game will be released on September 22, 2023 for PS4 and PS5. The game promises to deliver an enhanced combat system, with signature abilities and power-ups for both heroes. The game also includes voice dubbing in English, Italian, German and Spanish, as well as the original music from Oliver Onions, the composers of the movie soundtracks. The game will also have a dedicated party mode, where up to 4 players can compete in minigames inspired by the movies. Okay friends, so that was the 15 upcoming PS5 games in September 2023. If you have any questions, suggestions, criticisms, or in your opinion, there are other upcoming PS5 games that should be on that list, don't hesitate to write them down in the comments below. Of course, we will provide more game information in the future, so subscribe and keep watching Single Player, to get other interesting game information from us. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.